Hello. Now, we've looked at setting up source freshness for our DBT project, but that's only for sources. What about models? What if we care how fresh a particular model somewhere in our DAG is? Well, that comes down to another argument called build after. So today we're going to have a quick look through build after, the logic behind it and what it's trying to enable for us. And then we're going to see a little example of what that is like to configure within DBT and how that would look when you run a end-to-end pipeline of DBT multiple times. So first of all, what is build after trying to achieve in a DBT pipeline? Well, if we imagine a case where we have DBT source freshness set on all of our sources and our DBT build is just processing the new data every time it runs. That's all. Everything's incremental. Perfect. But in the middle of our DAG, or perhaps towards the end, we have some models such as marts or large non-incrementals that perhaps either have a certain SLA that they have to meet, or that we just don't want to update every single time DBT runs, or perhaps we need to update it way more often than DBT is running. Build after is a way of configuring these SLAs at a model level. So if you were to jump into the DBT docs, you'll be able to go through and have a look at some examples of perhaps when you want to run this less frequently than the pipeline, when you want to run it more frequently than the pipeline, or just when you need something very specific for a use case of that model that perhaps you don't want to set up a whole new job for. And if we take a quick look at how the schema of this looks, and this sits within the config.freshness block that we discussed previously, it's pretty simple to configure build afters as well. So they take three main arguments, a count and a period, which is just defining, similarly to freshness, the period after which you want to rebuild this model, and a final parameter of updates on. This allows you to switch between saying this model should be rebuilt when all of its upstreams have new data or when just one of them has new data. Obviously with all of this, the default for DBT would be a count of 0 minutes and update on any, because by default DBT rebuilds all of your models all the time, which in reality in a DBT project will look a bit like this. So I have two models here with build after configs on them. So I have my staging customers model, which will build when there's new data every 2 hours. And likely downstream of this, I have dim orders, which also has a 2-hour SLA, but will only update when all of the upstream sources have also got updates for it. So say dim orders depends on stage customers and stage orders. If stage orders had updates and stage customers didn't, then dim orders would still wait for stage customers to get updates. But without really trying this out, it can be a little confusing as to what's actually going to happen when DBT starts running with build after. So hopefully we can just figure out what that is right now. So in order for a model to be built with a build after config, you need two conditions to be met. It needs to have passed its build after, so count times period, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 3 hours, whatever it might be. So that time period has to have elapsed for the model to then rebuild. On top of this, it's also expecting there to be new upstream data. So if either of those conditions aren't met, the model is not going to build. So if we look at our timeline between model builds, what will happen is some waiting up until our time period of build after has elapsed. DBT will then start checking, is there also new data now? And until that is also true, nothing happens. Once it is, the model is rebuilt. And then on the next run, it's fairly likely there's not going to be any new data, or we're going to be within the time period, and that model will then not be rebuilt in the subsequent DBT run. If we were to then use the parameters we just discussed, we could then configure something like the below. Mark customers to rebuild every 6 hours, only when every upstream source has been refreshed. Doesn't sound like much, but pretty complicated to fit into a traditional DAG where the expectation is to rerun everything every time. And this mark customers would be a good example of when we're in a scenario where like this might take a long time to build, but the consuming CRM team only need this every 6 hours. Then we don't want to be hammering the warehouse to rebuild it every 30 minutes in our DBT run. So we say, hey, DBT, don't rebuild mark customers unless it's been at least 6 hours since we last refreshed it and we are sure that all of our upstream data is also fresh. Otherwise, we're not really getting any value from that, so you might as well leave it in the stale state it was in beforehand. And how might we expect this to look when we actually run our pipeline? Well, here is an example of a DBT project that is configured with both source freshness and build after configs. And we can see messages here from Orchestra that this model has not been rebuilt because it's still within its build after period of 120 minutes. So we saw the config for stage customers of being 2 hours. This DBT run is more frequent than when it was last built less than 2 hours ago. So we just reuse the table that's there. This will save you time, money, and compute, ultimately. And further down the DAG, we see dim orders, which is still within its build after of 120 minutes, but also it knows that the upstream nodes are not fresh, so dim orders is not going to build either. And that really is all there is to embedding SLAs into your DBT DAG using the build after config. The last thing to kind of note is obviously once you start putting SLAs down to the right hand side of your DAG, whereas we've always kind of done it right at the source before, it's going to have an impact on the upstream processing that happens. So in the Orchestra docs, we have a very small example of a simple DAG of A to B to C. If C has a build after of 1 hour, then it stands to reason that A and B are going to have to be built at least once an hour for C to ever receive new data. Once you start using build after though, it becomes fairly obvious very quickly where your SLAs really need to be set versus where it can just kind of be inferred from other bits of data. And that's it. So give it a go, try out the impact of this on some state-aware orchestration and see how you get on. Thanks.